That's the end of the session, P12.
Hello and welcome to the Diet Dr. Pepper series. We are here at Michigan for this one, and it's gonna be a fun one, I think. Got here just in time for a little bit of practice. I'm gonna say good luck to Ben as we jump into qualifying here. Sounds like nothing. I can't hear. I can't hear Dan. Hopefully my settings are correct.
We don't have the data.
Okay, there we go. Adjust my volume. These are normally things I do before I hit record, but we don't have the time since I'm just getting home from work right beforehand. It sounds like it's going to be a very loose race car. And really interestingly, I saw from some of the guys that were doing some practice, the left rear tire is actually getting most of the wear, I think, which I don't know if I've ever seen that. That's really interesting. But regardless, it's the rear tires that are getting hot. So we're going to have to watch out for that. That's going to be something pretty interesting, I think. And didn't get too much time to practice my hot lapping, so I don't know how well this is going to go. But we'll try to get a solid lap in. I think probably the second lap going to be a bit faster. It felt like we got a little bit more grip on time number 2 around. Get a feel for what's happening right here. Oh my gosh, well the wall is what's happening. Alright, well we're going to get another run to the line because this lap's not going to count anyway. This is what happens when you don't get practice. Things happen. Like wall hits. I'm definitely someone who does a lot better with practice, I think. At the very least, just to feel so much more comfortable. So we'll try this again. Gotta make this one count. This may be a little bit tighter
The leader's just done a 39.
right now. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe the track has a little bit less grip. I think I really underdrove it right there in 3 and 4, but oh well, as long as we'll get a time in, I guess. And our time will be a 38.9, which will bring us... Oh! Okay, I did not expect that. I expected a big number there. Because it felt like I really underdrove 3 and 4. The track definitely feels different, though. That could have caught some guys off guard. Wow, I really felt like I underdrove that. Maybe just the track is so much hotter that guys were trying to run it like practice and just slipping around a lot. I felt like I really could have... yeah, I guess more throttle in 3 and 4 would have just got it sideways, so maybe I helped myself out by not overdriving it in 3 and 4 there. Nice. Alright, well. Well, I don't know if that's good or not, actually, because I don't know if I got quite enough practice laps to feel all that comfortable. I'm going to be taking it pretty darn easy, I think, to try to protect those rear tires. Try not to make any mistakes. I think sliding around is just going to make that issue worse. And here at Michigan, you can kind of run the bottom or this one lane up, it feels like most of the time. I think I'm going to be... See, I'm still deciding. I'm still in practice mode trying to learn things, but I was going to say I'm kind of thinking I'll run that one lane up if the rear tires are going to be the ones that are wearing more. But it felt like I really got on the rear tires there, exiting from that second lane. So I'm going to try again here this time around to see how it feels. If it feels like it's sliding more or less from the bottom lane. Part of it too might just be watching where other guys are running and trying to stay out of the dirty air if we've got guys ahead of us. Actually, I think I really like that bottom line. It feels like I can keep it more stable down there. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think that one lane up, even though it kind of usually feels like you can get it on the right front more from higher up the track. Maybe it's because you're right near the seam or something. It felt like it stepped out a little bit more. 1 and 2, you don't really have an option. Oh my goodness, this thing's loose. 1 and 2, you don't really have an option. Bottom line, for whatever reason, is not nearly as good as the 1 lane up at Michigan.
That's the end of the session. You're on pole. Well done.
Alright, well, I did not expect that. Alright. Got everything how I want it, I believe. Okay, 12 to 1. Don't have to apply brakes here except for when entering pit road, which I did practice that. So I know where I want to, so I do want to make sure I can get in there. I got a good idea of when I can pit. Ben, not happy with his lap, but it's about where you finish. Man, we got a big field here. 36 cars. Gavin's Grand National Series from the night before that he's running with the old ARCA cars. They had an excellent race, it looked like, at South Boston. Again, with the old ARCA bodies, they went green the whole way.
Qualifying lap.
They went the whole way at South Boston without a caution.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing you guys up here.
Seeing where everyone's starting. Nick back there did not qualify, we see. All right. Well, let's make sure we're getting on the grid. I feel like I'm so rushed and frantic. Because I'm coming in here at the last second. Got to get my chair in a comfortable spot. I'm very particular about how all my stuff is positioned. I got to have my speakers pointed the right angle, my keyboard in the right spot.
Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed.
I need to have everything comfortable. But I think we're doing okay. What are we looking at for fuel? 37 laps on a full tank. I guess we're going to take that. We'll take it as long as we can. We'll adjust depending on how our tires are feeling. This is assuming we go green, of course. But we'll take it as long as we can. If everyone behind us has already pit, then we'll probably come in. But but circumstances can change. I think it can really depend on how things are looking, what we want to do there. But all right, getting right into it. I'm still out of breath from running up the driveway, getting into the house to start this thing, but we are about to do 55 laps here in the Diet Dr. Pepper series. Damon's got a good looking Dale Jarrett scheme back there with the 88. That's fun. Eyes ahead though, we got green flag coming.
Here we go.
Carries off. Time to do your job.
Alright.
Green flag.
Go ahead and get it going early. We get things spread out a little bit. So we'll be off here. And now the job is don't slide the tires. Try to avoid sliding the tires as much as you can. Decent lift into 3 and 4. Careful on that seam, alright. So far so good. I'm going to try to enter the corner pretty solid, because it's going to be the rear tires that we're worried about, I think, so we can afford to carry some speed into the corner. Should be able to, at least. And then I do like this bottom line. It does feel like it's a little more stable down there, so that's what we're going to keep doing. And I'm not worried about going out to the wall, I don't think. I don't know if that's really necessary, because I feel like we're trying not to carry that much speed on exit, just to avoid getting on the rear tires too much. Who knows, though. We'll see if any of this works out for us or not. We might be finding ourselves in trouble by lap 10, who knows. But I'm anticipating lots of rear tire wear, based on some of the things guys were reporting on while practicing. Tires just getting up to temp, so we got our fastest laps showing up. Just kind of riding above that seam there. Trying to keep the wheels straight on exit so I'm not turning and using the throttle at the same time. I feel like that's what's going to get that rear tire unhappy.
Good lap. That's your quickest today.
So far so good. Don't feel like I'm hurting our stuff too bad. That feels pretty good so far. And we're through 5 clean laps.
It's gonna happen.
That lap was at 39.29.
Oh man, something happened though. You see Raymond there on the relative. Sounds like there was maybe some contact or some sort of mistake. No yellow though. Oh, there's a bumper on the infield. However, that's not a good sign. Whatever happened must have stayed below the racing surface. Two guys on pit road. Lee as well. Some sort of trouble early.
That was at 39.36. Alright, Colton, that's good consistency.
That really stinks. Very early in this one. To be sent home. You hate that. Looks like Frank maybe as well.
Sorry if I scared you there, Gavin. I unloaded the wheel too soon and then had to pull it off the wall.
Sorry and thank you, Sage.
Just don't do that. We don't need the extra rotation from the apron. No thank you. You can keep it. That was just me trying to... Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat.
Last lap was at 39.
That was just me trying to get as close as possible to the bottom line. Taking a little bit too much. Careful on the throttle here. We've been able to keep and build and kind of keep a decent gap right here, which is a bit surprising. Because I don't feel like I'm driving all that hard. I mean, we're driving a little bit harder on entry, because I feel like we can afford to do that. But I feel like I'm going real easy through the center and exit. I mean, you can see how low we're exiting just because it doesn't feel necessary to move up out of the corner.
That was at
I mean, just trying to turn that steering wheel as little as possible. We're getting pretty much all the turn we need out of the throttle pedal. Might as well keep the steering wheel straight the whole lap, which is kind of cool. I mean, that to me is an indicator of a good setup. I don't know what Gavin did to the setup, if he did anything even. It might even just be the default. I know he usually likes to do something to the setups, but to me the setup feels really good. It's weird that it gets on the left rear, allegedly. I don't know what that means, but to me the setup feels really good.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.8 seconds.
39.57.
Haven't been getting loose at all so far, so I feel like I've been doing an okay job of keeping the heat out of the rear tires, letting the horsepower do the job of getting this thing moving, even at the lighter throttle application. I feel like being able to drive in a little bit harder not only is faster on entry, but should hopefully even the right sides out if it is going to go on the right rear. And that gap just continues to build. We've got about 2 seconds on him now. Doing everything I can to stay off of the seam, because that's just going to get this thing sideways. And you don't get too many chances to get this thing sideways before the tires are hot and staying hot. Especially at a track like this, you got the high speeds. We will get an awkwardly timed caution here.
I can't help but feel responsible for that, Dan.
37 laps on a full tank. 2 sets of tires. Ooh, that's a tough call. Oh, clean air. That must be what that is. I wonder if that's everything. That makes me want to stay out, if they're going to be saying that.
Was that a tire rolling along the track?
Yeah, it was.
What are we doing here? So we got 37
When did
laps
that
on a full
happen?
tank. So we're going to be
That's the
6
first
laps
time
short.
I've
That's
seen it.
too many laps short.
Wild.
Damon's getting a big whiff of the dirty air right up my rear end.
Thought it was a rubber mark on my windshield. Nope, it was a tire.
What do we do here? I feel like we gotta save a set. What's the other thing? Yeah, after that ARCA race went green the whole way. This is such an awkward time for a caution. Staying out. These guys gonna dive in last second? No, not too many of them. Some of them are, though. First taker is Nick Martin. It's not a bad idea. Because if this goes green for a long time,
Boy, I almost went down and took fuel. I think
those
it was
guys
close
are going to
in
be
there.
feeling good. I think it might have only been Nick Martin. Oh, we got Dylan back there in the 19. Further back, it looks like we got a handful of guys. Nick Neben, not one of them. I was wondering if he would be, but I think he probably wants to save a set of tires as well. He recently had a really cool race in, I guess it's the Pro Series or whatever, Road to Pro Series. Where was that at? That was like at Homestead, I think, in the O'Reilly car. He saved a set of tires and used a set of tires at a different time than everybody else, and he went up to the lead in a really strong field. That was really cool to watch. Not gonna lie, that the way that one turned out kind of influences my decision here, because we're not gonna be able to make it on fuel even with a full tank right here. And with only 2 sets, I don't want to be down to like my last set already at this point in the race. Plus those guys talking about how much clean air seems to matter. That must be why we were able to get such a gap. Sage's got tires. Some of those guys might have also just come in for fuel. I don't think you can make it. It's like 6 laps short, and this isn't 6 laps at South Boston. This is 6 laps at a 2-mile track here in Michigan, so that's a lot of distance to save. Eric has left. Oh no, he must have been caught. I see Dan. He must have been fixing damage too, because he's in there. But that must have been a decently sized wreck, unfortunately. Seems like there was a couple guys caught up in it. But we're going to have to practice our launch here in a second. Make sure that these cold tires, or these hot tires for being used, aren't too slick. Let's give that a try here in a second. From about 70 miles per hour. Feels okay. Alright, not too much of that. Don't need to be getting tires hotter than they need to be.
Watch out for wheel spin on this start.
Yeah. It could definitely still pop up
Look at me, iRacing is
at the
bad,
higher
so
RPMs
careful
though,
hot
so
104.
I will be kind of watching out for it. I think I really need to protect against the wall. I don't think anybody's going to be jumping the starts here. We'll go a little bit higher up the track, just not enough to get into any debris up top or whatever. I think they added that. I should really look into that to learn how that stuff is working now, because I know they've
About to go green.
reintroduced like marbles and stuff. Something. But I don't really know too much about how it works, to be honest. But getting back green here.
The pace car. The pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green.
Get this thing shifted. Let's see how much it wants to grip here in 1 and 2. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Be very interesting to see if we get guys like Nick Martin showing up with those fresh tires before too long. Alright, got about half a second on Damon. Damon's going to be really fast. He's always someone that's a threat to win at any race. I am not taking that lightly. Lifted up a little bit more than I wanted to there in 3 and 4, up into that seam a little bit.
Okay, Colton, there's a car exit in the pits, heads up.
Might be wanting that clean air, might be going a little bit harder to try to get to it.
1.57.
I don't know if I want to let him have it if he's going to be talking up how good it is having a clean air. He's definitely pushing a little bit more, it looks like. A little bit too sideways. I felt like I was getting a little bit slidey there through the mid-corner. I don't really want to do that too much.
Fueling up now should get us to the finish.
Apparently we can make it to the finish in a full tank at this point. No. See if we can't keep Damon behind us, see if that dirty air can really work for us. Sideways a little bit. Able to carry some speed. It feels weird entering or exiting that low from 4, but it really just does not seem necessary to go the longer way around. I'm trying to protect our rear tires here. It's different in 1 and 2 because you're taking that one lane up. But through 3 and 4, the way I'm taking it, I'm kind of trying to keep the steering wheel as straight as possible on exit. Damon's still hovering around that 2 to 4 tenths mark back. I see that we've got Kevin right behind him as well.
Consistency. Keep them coming.
Another guy that could easily come up here and challenge us at any time.
half your fuel.
Definitely not as comfortable as a lead of a lead this time around.
0.76.
This guy's got me thinking. Still trying to just hit my marks. Feeling a little bit more pressure this time around. Absolutely. Just can't let it get to me and make sure that I'm still following the plan. Following what I believe will help us out the most. And we're going all the way to the wall on the exit of 4. I think he might be running a lane up, though. In 3 and 4. I haven't really been able to look because I'm worried about hitting my own marks, but I feel like I see that blue in my peripheral in the mirror back there, a little bit higher up the track. Missed the bottom a little bit there. It's going to be a little bit slower. Indeed it was. That helped Damon get a little bit closer. Oh, where did Kevin go? All of a sudden, 3rd place is gone. I did not see what
I'm
happened.
trying to steer you. It's just a handful.
Shoot, man. That stinks.
Again.
I did not see what happened. Is he still... He's gone. Where'd he go? Hopefully he didn't just, like, lose connection or something.
Is open.
Rear tire is still feeling pretty good. I'm not really feeling like I'm sliding around too much. In fact, the car's turning just fine as well. I really like this setup.
Good thing.
We'll say I'm glad I knew heading into this thing that it was going to be the rear tires being the ones giving guys trouble.
That's good
Really
consistency.
appreciate the guys who post about their practices and what they're feeling. They certainly don't have to do that to share with everybody, but they very kindly do so. That's on the Discord. So Damon's hanging in there. He's getting that higher line to work. Probably able to stay out of the dirty air a little bit better by running a little bit higher.
0.87.
And probably able to get onto the right front a little bit more than the right rear by doing so as well. I imagine it's 1 and 2 if the dirty air is bad. That's really hurting because I'm running that 1 lane up. Missed the mark a little bit there. I have to exit a little bit differently. Wow, yeah, that was like a whole 10th slower. Went ahead and just kind of rode it up the track though, rather than turn my steering wheel harder to force it to go where I wanted it to go. Take 1 slower corner rather than heating the tires up, and then the rest of the run we've got hotter tires. Just make sure that we get off the throttle early enough here that we can stick the bottom lane. That's better. Let's see, that should be a little bit better compared to last lap, although not quite as much. I wonder if I underdrove it a little bit.
That's half distance. Should be about 10 laps of fuel remaining. Your last lap time was at 40.00.
One thing I don't talk about enough considering how important it is the delta bar. Having session last lap up, that provides me so much information, and important information, that I use to interpret how things are going. Like, it helps me know how much fall off we're having. Like, my right front's actually starting to hurt a little bit here, I think, because we're having trouble getting it to turn
We're
down
halfway in the race.
in 3 and 4. And that's helping Damon get closer.
You've just done it. 14.1.
Kind of feel it a lot of the time while you're in the car, but it is very important to me to have that information. Very, very useful. I wonder if I need to use a little bit of brake just to make sure that the car is sticking to the bottom. Might have to do that. So that was better there. Whole 10th faster than last lap in Sector 2. Damon's still catching though. Got 2 seconds back to the next guy in third. That's Riley back there in the 07. I always think Clint Boyer when I hear that number on a race car. And the Jack Daniels stuff he had. I know other guys drove those cars at different points, but I associate it with Clint Boyer. This race is going right along. We're actually getting not too far away from pit stops, which is crazy. It feels like we just got here. That still feels great. I wonder if we pick up the pace the last couple of laps before pit stops, use what we have left in the tire, to go ahead and go a little bit faster. I wonder if that would even result in us going faster, or if that's just a fool's errand where I'm going to be slipping and sliding. Maybe we just turn up the pace just a hint. Don't try to go too crazy with it. Maybe we might have to react to Damon as well now that I think about it. If he pits, we might have to pit right after him because we don't want to be in his dirty air. We don't want him to be able to overtake us. So that's something interesting to think about as well. He's the closest competitor right now, only 3/10 back.
Okay, Colton.
I have to just protect against when he comes in. We're 1 and 2 now. That's not what I wanted. Starting to get a less overall grip is what that's a result of, I guess. Pick it up a little bit. We're getting closer to pit stops, and I imagine he might pit a little bit sooner, because I'm sure he might be thinking about that undercut. In fact, he might do it now, reacting to Riley there. So let's use some of those rear tires. Do we dare take 2 tires? Nah, no way. Right? No, you can't, because the left rear. This is that weird instance where the left rear is getting worn. So I don't think we even can do that if we wanted. So let's just keep going until we can't anymore, or if Damon pits.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Laps of fuel left.
Front is
We'll have to execute this green flag pit stop as well. That's going to be very important when the race for the lead is so close. You can easily lose 5/10 on pit road if you're not careful. You can lose a whole lot more if you speed or something too. Okay, let's not do that. That's sideways. I've been able to avoid doing that this whole time and got a little bit sideways there. That's what I've been trying to avoid, but trying to pick up the pace a little bit here on these couple of laps before pit stops. I think it's only made us go slower, trying to go faster, kind of like I was concerned about.
You've got about 3 laps of fuel left.
So let's be gentle with it. Not try to do too much.
You'll need to take care of your tyres.
Ooh, you'll need to take care of your tires. I've been trying, but apparently still not quite enough. Much better out of 4 that time. Damon's been able to bring it back to about 4/10 though. We're only going to put in as much fuel as necessary,
132.
if it's already going to be turning pretty good for us.
That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Pitting in here, pitting in.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
Okay,
Oh, I
contact
sped.
will fill you to the end of the race.
How did I not speed there? I was convinced I sped. Holy cow.
Pit boxing. 10.
Woo! Oh, that sucks. I thought for sure I sped. I swear I was like 20 over when I came in.
1. Car 57 has taken the lead. Right here.
41-46. We're actually on the right front, on the right sides, but look at that left rear. Pretty heavily
We're
impacted.
done. Get going. You only have 1 tyre.
That really stinks for Damon, though. I wonder if he was trying to match us and
The car behind you is pitting. The leader's pitting now.
basically matched what essentially was speeding from us, because I probably should have been caught for speeding there. Oh no, got the wrong line. Yeah, there's a couple weird, just random lines down there. Some tracks have. Let's see here where we are able to cycle through. Everybody completing their pit stops. Riley there behind us. About 1 second, but we've got 4 lap fresher tires. Gonna still be easy with it. Easy with our tires, because we do have about 14 laps to go.
You're losing on the car.
We can probably afford to push a little bit harder, but I don't know if we need to. I mean, we kind of found out at the end of that last run that pushing harder just made us slower anyway.
1 second.
Let's just be smooth here, try to hit some solid laps, but not try to do anything too crazy. Guys ahead should still have to pit. I wonder if I should try to go for the fastest lap, actually, now that I think about it. That'd be dumb. That might be dumb. That might be getting greedy. Maybe. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So there goes Matthew into the pits, taking that 27 down pit road. We are in 12th now. I think the only ones ahead of us are guys that pit earlier and will not be able to make it on fuel. There's no way, right? That would be crazy if they were able to pull that off. Is there like somewhere that tells us what the fastest lap is? My best is a 39.117, but does it say who the fastest lap of the race is anywhere? I don't know if I've ever even looked for that, because it's never relevant, except for in league racing. I don't think it does.
Outside.
Match your race pace.
Still there, hold your line. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 6.1 seconds. Outside is clear.
I've got Nick King ahead. Nick Martin's in the lead right now, but again, those guys should have to pit. But if they can pull it off, all credit to them, they have earned it, because that would be a lot of laps to save. It's Nick Martin, Dylan, Ben, Maxime,
New fastest lap for you.
Sage,
You're in
Dan,
the top
Dylan,
10.
and Nick King
Next car is King, car
ahead of
number
us.
8.
Do we have anybody behind us on fresher tires? I don't think that's going to be possible. Maybe
Leader is
one lap
running
fresher tires.
40.59.
That would be about it.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 1.1 seconds.
And I'm coming up on Nick King here. The fact we're catching him already means I wonder if he has been trying to save fuel, probably. Gets well up the track and out of the way for us. I appreciate him for that. Hope to see him in the SRX series soon. Left a comment about maybe joining us for some of those recently. Love to see it. Would love to see as many people as possible in that series. I think it's a lot of fun.
The car in front is pitting.
Ben, were you pitting there?
Might have worked, Damon, if the dirty air is really that bad. I thought the left rear was going to be the one wearing worst, so I wasn't thinking about doing it.
There went my top 5 ding.
We're going to see if
You're gaining on
we
the
can
car
even
in
catch
front.
these guys ahead, though. If they can make it to the end, we are a solid 21 seconds back.
I'm really sorry.
20.3 after that lap, it looks like.
I was right behind you. I swear you guys didn't even touch. Like your car twitched a little, and then his went straight into the wall, and you weren't even touching.
Obviously, something that could happen here, too, is a yellow. There could be
0.5
a
seconds.
really poorly timed yellow for us. Somebody trying to make it on fuel. And even if they weren't going to make it, the yellow allows them to. That would be pretty crazy. But definitely possible.
I couldn't correct it. We made contact and sent me into the wall. It's what? It's all.
You've
It's
just
all
done
good.
39.36. Okay, Colton, the next car is right.
Try to pick up the pace a little bit. Use a little bit of brake on entry. Just in case. Try to get as many spots
I
as we
think I was
can.
going to finish third though.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear
Keep
outside.
low there to get around Dylan. We're up to P5, I believe.
You're in
That is
fifth.
correct. Alright, so at least a top 5, even if somehow they can pull this off. Or a yellow comes out and it ends. I don't think we're catching anybody else. Unless they pit. I mean, we are catching Sage pretty quick, but he's 8 seconds up there.
The car in front is pitting.
Okay, we got one guy pitting. That's Dylan. Has to pit. I should be having to pit right about now, if the tank's about 37 laps.
That lap time was 39.6
You're pulling away
seconds.
from the car behind. The gap is 3.9 seconds.
The driver in front of us is Callahan, car number 53.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 4.3 seconds.
Damon back there in 28th, that stinks. Would have been really interesting to see if I could run him down if he took 2 tires. That thing would have been loose, I bet, but 2 tires has worked really well
Nope, I got
in
this
different
on my own.
races. I was just worried about taking 2 in this one because of the left rear and how much it sounded like it was going to be wearing.
Fourth
That
position.
lap was at 39.6.
But he was going to go for it.
I know I slipped you a 20 before the race to cover for me, but it's all good.
Pitting.
Got 3 drivers left, going long, going for the Hail Mary, going for the fuel mileage. This is coming down to the wire. Oh no, 21 Magazine not
Push.
able to continue any further, so we're P3.
The car behind you is pitting.
That
You're
lap
now
time
in
was
third.
39.74.
I think a caution now would end it, yeah. We gotta hope and beg that that caution doesn't come out. I am very impressed those guys have made it this far.
Come on, Nick, only 2 more.
You've got 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, 5 seconds up to get to Sage. Nick is a crazy 9 seconds ahead still.
Podium here.
But he must be
Sometimes
real
pretty consistent.
slow on pace. We gotta pick it up just in case he's gonna just coast it around. We're coming to the white flag. One more lap to go. Is he gonna make it? That is wild.
Okay, Colton, 1 more to go. Keep it together. We'll be
We
on
might
the
have
road.
2 guys that make it. I see him up there, but he's already through 3 and 4 halfway. He might be able to coast from there.
Martin took the win.
Wow, he did it. I can't believe you guys stretched it. That's awesome. Nice job.
Good win, Nick.
Great drive.
Oh, that's a flag.
One way to
It's
get
over.
my best ever finish in this series. That was insane.
Nice run.
Oh, well.
Solid work.
Wow.
Good win, Nick.
That was 2 laps too short.
Wow, that was awesome.
I'll take credit for baiting you down pit road, Nick. That was a great run, man. Great saving fuel.
That was awesome.
So what I'm hearing is Riley gets the win.
I'll take credit. That crew chief.
That's the end of the session.
Good race, great win. Nice.
Good win, Nick.
Congrats, Nick. Great job, man.
The streets have been waiting for Nick
Out
Martin
for
to
the
win.
pit speed
I'm so
limit.
happy for you.
That's wild. They were
I'm
able
just glad I
to
didn't
save
do
that
the
much.
Fontana again. At least I saved it this time instead of spinning out.
Box in 10. Okay, the race is over. Bring it on in.
It's like deja vu for me. I was like, no, not again.
Man, even with fuel, we were... I mean, I guess we only took as much fuel as we needed, but... Wow. How long of a run was that?
I'll have to watch
Lap
the replay.
13?
From my end car, it looked like you had got
If he's got enough fuel for burnouts, we got to take that car to tech.
tell Foley.
Fuel on the lines. Check his fuel lines.
I'm not
Michael
blaming you,
McDowell of the
Tyler.
Daytona
It's just
500 over
it's
here.
so much more
I mean, we
challenging
saw at
to
the
pick
start
one. I
about
think I had it.
37.7 laps as he parks it at the finish line there. That's probably all the burnout he's going to be able to do. What are our tires here?
What lap was that?
76.80 at the end.
46 or 47.
So lap 13, he was able to make it 13:40. Hold on, let me do some math. 13 to 55, so that would be what? 42 laps? 42 laps, 43 laps. I mean, that's 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's 100% on me, Tyler. It's not your fault. It's unfortunate.
Man, that's 5 or 6 laps at a 2-mile track. That's like wild. Lap 13, Sage. Well, he came into the pits at the end, though. Wow, I'm just like flabbergasted at that. Because, I mean, I just assumed it wasn't going to be possible. But they sure made it happen. But P3 is still not bad at all. I'm plenty happy with that. Especially after I nearly sped. That could have been
I am
120th.
sorry, though. That does suck. I shouldn't have been up there with you guys.
Where did Ben end up? Oh, he
I
ran
mean,
out?
you had fresh tires and everything. You should.
What happened?
I suck. That's all.
Minus 10. Oh, no, what happened? I might have missed him saying he pit, or he like sped or something. Yeah, I don't know what happened to, Oh, he's gone. I was gonna ask him what happened. But I guess maybe we'll see here in the race results, or in the incidents before we move on to the race results page afterward, and we'll check out the standings as well. Let's see here. Get this adjusted a little bit. Really great race, only the one caution. Here we are, lap 5, loose at a 2, and then, oh no. Into the wall. Looks like a big contact here. This was what they were talking about and what happened to a couple guys, but no one got sideways, so it didn't bring out the yellow. It looked like they were all good, and then, I don't know, it must have been the hot tires, him trying to get back on the throttle, and it kind of like swerved to the left on him. Ended up hooking Frank there, and Lee getting caught up in it. This car is very tough to handle. Something you see a whole lot in the Gen 4. And here we are, lap 11. This is probably the yellow. Oh, Dan got loose. Maybe, oh, that's what Eric got caught up in too. It was probably Eric approaching from behind there, putting the air on the back of Dan. He might have been a little bit loose already, but him approaching like that only made the problem 10 times worse, made it impossible for him to catch it. And then nowhere to go. And then who else was that caught up in it? Dan. Some real bad luck for the Dans here today, it seems like. Dan Taylor involved in that one, and that was Dan Wright, who apparently rebounded for a P15 in the end, but still, there goes the tire they were talking about. Still, tough situation there. Eric out of the race. And then we go green to the end, and some of these guys save an absurd amount of fuel. Riley there running in third place. That must be just some tires. Not sure what happened to Kevin, because he was right back there. I'm kind of curious what happened. We'll probably be able to see it on the lap times here. There's a 42 right here. That had to have been it. Yeah, he's P3 right here. I remember he was right back there. One and two look okay. It must have been in 3 and 4 then. Yeah, just steps out on him. Maybe up into that seam. It looked like he wasn't quite there yet, but either way, the result is the same. Loose tide ride and down into the grass even. And that's going to be so much time lost. That's a killer right there. How was he able to rebound? Back up to P8, so really good recovery from that. Good job just saving the car as well. Okay, so now moving forward, back to where we were. There are tires reaching 50%. Must have been on that right front, I guess, because our right front was slightly more worn by the end of the run. Probably gonna have to skip through a couple of those tire readings here. There's our other set of our other tires, and the rear ones that time probably. There's Billy in P4 with the Mountain Dew 57. Lots of great paint schemes in this series, including that Greg Biffle tribute from Alex, and then, of course, pointed this one out earlier, the Dale Jarrett 88. Oh, that was actually Damon when he sped there. I want to go look at that because, holy cow, I probably should have been given that black flag too. Pit limit, I believe, was 55. I mean, we were going like 63 when we enter, but slam on the brakes. I mean, we'll see here. It's 55. We're down to 73. Crossing it at 68. I mean, we should have been given a speeding from that, probably. How we didn't, I really don't know. Very, very lucky. Then Damon coming in. Probably following me in my bad example. Like, even though it worked out for us, that was still way too close to be cutting it. And could potentially ruining our race. So he's crossing at about 70. Just not able to get it down below 55 in time, I guess. It almost looked like he almost tagged the cone too, but it looks like he was okay. He was probably trying to gain a little bit on that pit entry, see if maybe he could beat me out, but I was already way up against the limit and probably past it myself. Gavin there, I guess he's just now hitting 50%. He was really good to his tires. He's not hitting 50% until it's actually time to come into pit himself. He's able to get it to 55 more reasonably. Some other guys going out longer. I mean, we've got some of the guys that pit earlier. Oh, no. Big hit. That's what happened to Ben. That sucks. He was also not pitting, I guess, based on what he was saying. He was P3 right here. Maybe in a spot to be looking real good by the end, but Just one mistake and that was it. Getting loose there. And 3 and 4. That's tough. Racing is so unforgiving when you've got some unforgiving walls on the outside of the track. I don't know how much more we're going to see here. I mean, we're getting near to the end of the race, and we know there were no more yellows. We'll go a little bit quicker through here. I'm surprised Gavin not able to make it further up. I wonder if he was trying to make it to the end but couldn't quite do it. That was also the risk, right? If you try to save that fuel and you can't make it, that's so much time lost from not pitting. It's just such a huge risk. You really have to fully commit and get it done. King up into the wall. Shane there, haven't been showing him yet. Graphical glitch there for a second. And then Nick Martin with the win. Excellent job of saving. He's out of fuel. So it's just, he's just kind of able to nose it up into the outside wall there. But really, really earned it. I mean, I said it partway through the race. If someone were able to make it to the end, they would 100% earn it because I didn't think it was possible, and they sure did. Said he ran out as he got to the line. Crosses the line. He still had about half a straightaway left. Unless this is... Okay, I think he had one more lap to go. I'm curious when he actually ran out. Coming to the checkered flag. There it goes. I mean, crosses and then immediately starts sputtering. Just perfectly managed by him and Sage as well. Sage with, I think he said it was his best ever finish. 100% earned it, saving that much fuel. You could hear the guys were clutching to do it. At least Nick Martin was up there. Sage able to make it. That really good Harry Gant looking 33. He's surely he was what do you call it? Clutching as well. Maybe not. Didn't in 3 and 4 there. I thought with how much you had to lift off in these corners already, it would be so much more difficult to save fuel on top of what you were already doing. So I just didn't think it was going to be possible, but it proved me wrong, and they got the rewards from it. But P3 is still nothing to feel bad about. Really strong run there. I think we should have probably got the most laps led, including a lap led. We'll get a P3 finish, and that should all really help us out with the season standings. So we'll go look at that and the race results page now before we wrap it up in this one. Waiting on that to pop up for you. There we go. 29.79 strength of field here in the league race. Fastest lap was a 38 by Riley, so we weren't even really quite close to that, even though I was kind of seeing if I could push it a little bit for a lap or two there, but not really fully committing because I was hoping I could get a win. But 145 championship points is actually the second most of anybody in the race, thanks to the bonus points. We do have the most laps led there with 38. And, of course, you get points for a lap led as well. Scroll down here for the rest of your finishers. Got Billy with a very solid top 5. Nick Neben with a 6th place finish. Shane there in 7th. Kevin able to get 8th, even after that slide he had. And the 1X incurred from going through the grass, doing a little of lawn mowing. Gavin able to get it back up to P13. As we scroll through and see the rest of the finishers in this one. A large 36-car field, although unfortunately a couple guys out early through the incidents. But Now that we've taken a look at that, I think Gavin said that the drop weeks were going to be implemented after this race. I don't know if he's done that yet, but I guess we'll see here in a second. Not sure how good that's going to look to you, but according to this, we are leading the points. I don't know if that's before or after the drop weeks, but hey, looks pretty good to me. Stop the count. Am I right? So right now we are currently up front, but not by much. We've got, let's see, 23 points on Kevin. Right there, the other multi-race winner of the season here. As Damon won a race down there. Nick Martin, I should say. I got to be more specific. Nick Martin there in 6th after his win in this one. Billy with a solid top 5 right there behind Kevin. So we'll see. I guess I'll find out here in a little bit if those drop weeks were added quite yet. But we'll take a look at it next week as well after next week's race, which I guess we'll take a look at now so I can let you know where we're headed before we say goodbye in this one. Next race will be, oh my gosh, at Sonoma. Oh boy, that's going to be a tough one. Not sure how that one's going to go for me. That's going to be a real tough one, but we're going to be doing some road racing next time, I suppose. So tune in for that. That's going to be an adventure. But for now, we're signing off from Michigan after a very fun race. Led a lot of laps, but got beat out by the fuel strategy. Nick, Martin, and Sage able to coast it out, make it all the way to the finish. And a really impressive display of fuel saving. So thank you for joining me for that one. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.